Hello to all true believers. Greg Ivor here today to give you an updated tutorial on how to install Marvel Heroes. I did a previous video and I've just gone to check a few things, and there's a few things wrong with the links and things, so I've deleted that off my channel and I'm just updating it now, which is a much easier and straightforward process to install Marvel Heroes 2026, or the old Marvel Heroes, which was available years ago, which is now available again. So first of all, we're gonna how to install it through Steam, and then I'll show you how to install the files you need if you haven't got it on Steam, and to install the launcher to play it. I'll be using I'm using the server Council of Ancients is what I'm on. I know there is at least one other server out there, and maybe more than another, but this is the one that I'll be showing you how to install and play the game on today. So first thing you're going to need is a copy, is a version of the game. If you had this on Steam before it was shut down, and it should still be an option in your library, of your Steam library here. As you can see, I've already installed it, but it should be available if you already had it in your library before the game was closed down. You cannot if you come into search for it on here to look for it on Steam now, you will not find the game as an option to download on Steam if you didn't already have it in your library. So first of all, if you did, you're gonna just install it as you regularly would, and you'll come, once it's installed itself, you'll get your play option. Now, if you were to click on that and load the game up now, obviously it would load into the game, but it will come to a login screen where it wouldn't get any further. So this is where you now have to set up, you're going to click on properties, and you're going to come here to launch options. Now this will be empty. As you can see, mine's filled in. So what you will do for that is you'll come here to the Council of Ancients website. I'll put all the links for these sites and where to go in the video. You're going to come into here, and as you see here, when you come down the screen, you'll click on Get Started, and it'll bring you down to these boxes. And as you can see here, you're going to copy this XLM file there from here, go back to your Steam. As you can see, as I'll show you now, this will be blank, it'll be empty, sorry. You're going to paste that what you've copied from that website into there, as you can see, which will now change the launch options to go through that. So that's the first thing you do with your Steam. Once that's done, that's sorted. You're going to make sure you sign up on here to make an account. I'll just click on that to show what it'll take you to this page, and your email address here, as you can see, is at councilofancients.com. You're going to leave that. You're not creating a personal email. You're just creating an email to log into the game with. So you're going to fill out that whatever you want to put in there. You've got your player name, which is what you'll show as in the game, and then create password, confirm, click on sign up, and go through the process of I'm not even sure if it as you verified, because it's not an email. So you're just going to sign up through that, and once that's done, obviously take a note, whatever your email address is, you copy it down something, or remember it. So that's what you're going to be logging into the game with. I'll show you that now in a second when I do that. So we'll come back out of that. So we'll go back to, once you've done that, we're going to come back into Steam, and obviously you've made sure you've pasted that into your launch options. That's all done, and then you're going to click play. It's also quite good, it actually keeps your playtime hours from your previous time played on this game, and it does, from what I can tell, it does continue to add into it. So that'll keep going up. So we'll load into the game now. Again, this is just through Steam. get it in a second. There you go. In we go, and then you'll come to this page, and mine's already, as I've ticked it to remember my email. You will then enter the email you would just created on Council Ventures. As you can see, mine is greygiver@councilventures.com. You'll create that, and then you'll have your password, and you'll enter that, and you'll click on login, and that will take you into the game. That's through Steam, if you have it in your Steam library. Okay, now for people who haven't got it in the Steam library and are unable to get it through that, which you will not be able to get unless it was already in your library previously, you're going to now need to download. You're going to need 2 files to download. You're going to need a working version of the game, which you will download from here, the Internet Archive. I'll link it into my video. It'll be the 1.52.0.1700 version of the game. It is a Steam version of the game, but just not through Steam. You'll download this file. It's 17.3 gigabyte. I'd recommend downloading the torrent, but I did it before and it didn't take long. It was 20 minutes, maybe not even that. It depends on your internet connection. So you'll download the torrent from there. And then you might want to create a folder. It doesn't matter where it is. I've just created it in Documents, a new folder for Marvel. Create a folder, and you can see here I've downloaded. That's the file which will be in the torrent. The torrent you'll download will be a zip file. You're also going to need the Bifrost launcher, which is back over here on the Council of Ancients site. Getting started again, we get back to those 3 boxes. The third box along, as you can see there, you're going to click on that, and it'll take you through to this page. You can download. As you can see, I've already got this in the folder I've created. It will download as this. It will come as a zip folder like this. So I'm not going to re-download it myself, but that's what you're going to do. You'll download. So you'll need these 2 files. So you're going to download the torrent from the link I sent, and then you're going to download the Bifrost launcher. So just put them in a folder for now, like that. Okay, now then, once you've got them in, create some 2 folders for them, and just unzip, as you'd imagine with whichever tool you use to unzip your files. You're going to open up, say, this will be you get the game data you've downloaded. Now you're going to just copy all of that into this folder here. As you can see, I've already done it, so there it will go in there. That's your game data file. So that will get you unpack that and place it into there. Next, you're going to unpack the Bifrost launcher, which you'll see should be 3 files. Again, just drag that into the folder where you've got things there, and it will look like this. You have 3 folders. Now, what you're going to need to do with this, again, if you've already created your account on the over here on Council of Ancients, you only have to do that once with any of the versions. As long as you've created this account, it's only needed to be done once, so that's something you don't need to do again if you've already done it through the Steam. But depends obviously which version you're doing it, but as long as you've got your account set up, then you're going to copy these 3 files from that folder, and you're then going to come into the unzipped folder here, and you're going to this is making sure they're going right. You're going to then open up the data folder in there, and you're going to play. As you can see, I've got my 3 folders already in. You're going to place those 3 folders into this area here, so it will be in the data folder within the game you downloaded. So it should look like this: configs, game, Bifrost, and then the 2 JSON files. Once they're in there, you're good to go with this now, as I'll show now. So once that's done, if you were to click on the exe, it will come up with an error if it's in the wrong place. It just won't find anything. You might get a warning pop up here, a Windows warning. Just ignore it and move through it. This will load up. Now this is your launcher outside of Steam. Okay, you've got your options in there if you want to change various things in here. Council of Ancients is there as a server now. You click on play. Get rid of that. And we should load into the game now, just as you did with the Steam, through Steam should I say. I mean, it's impossible, I think, to be able to play it through Steam unless it was previously in. See, I've got the option in one of the options there to skip cutscenes and things, so don't worry about it if it just jumps to this. You can change that. Again, you see here my login is still the same as it was going through Steam. Greg Iver at Council of Ancients. You put in your password. I might as well just. Your password will be the same for either Steam version or this version. Enter that. And I had to test this out earlier to make sure that it all worked okay, and I logged into it. So I mean, I have the option of logging in either way. You can even drop those 3 folders into your Steam directory where your game is and load into it via the Bifrost launcher. I don't really see the point of that if you just link it with your Steam account, but you can do the same thing as long as those 3 folders go into the data folder. It doesn't matter. And as you can see now, this is me logged in via the non-Steam login, going through the Bifrost and the launcher. As you can see, lots of people in here. Again, this is the Council of Ancients server. There is other servers out there, but I've not played on them, so I'm not going to comment on any other servers that I've not been on. So, but there you go. That's it. That's how you install Marvel Heroes 2026 through Steam or non-Steam. I'll leave links to all the files you need in the description of the video. But thanks for watching. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video and it was helpful, feel free to make any comments. If you need any questions, ask any questions in the comment section. Fine. Tick all the likes, shares, all the typical YouTube stuff. And once you're in the game on the Council of Ancients, come and look us up. My gaming tagging is Greg Iver, and we are part. Supergroup is the Cosmic Collective, so please come along and join, and the more the merrier. Again, thank you for watching, and enjoy, and I'll see you in the Avengers Tower.